My name is Chrissy Beck, and I'm one of the inspirational authors in Living Well with Grit. I stand here today as an experienced nonprofit executive turned healthcare senior leader with AW Healthcare. On the side, I serve on the board of directors for Promise Community Homes, where we provide housing for adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities, as well as sit on the advisory board for the Executive Women in Leadership Program at Gala University. In summary, my expertise sits at the cross-section of operational success with a devotion for creating cultures of high performers with passions for people. Let's get to it. When I look around the room, my goodness, what you see is proof that women don't just break the glass ceiling, we redesign the whole building. Even while juggling, 10 things at once, emails, laundry, carpools, deadlines, and we still manage to show up and we look damn good. That is exactly why nights like this matter, because they give us the space to pause, to celebrate, and to be reminded of the power that we already carry. For me, it took a long time to find out that power, that I had it. In fact, I spent over 30 years running on a hamster wheel. Run harder, run faster, achieve more, get noticed, earn that promotion, and maybe, just maybe, if I proved myself enough, I would finally feel valuable. Newsflash, the hamster wheel, it doesn't come with an exit ramp. At least, not until I learned the hard way that no corner office, no title, no gold star from mom or dad was ever going to validate me. I'll never forget the day that I was offered my so-called dream job. My 5th promotion in 6 years. I called my mom from the parking lot, bursting with pride, thinking I'd finally done it. The front corner office with the nice furniture and the big windows, it belonged to me. And I could finally be the one to dream big, change lives, and shape the future of the nonprofit I was working for. Her response? Well, Chrissy, how do you expect to run an organization when you can't even run your household? I was crushed. Before I go any further, let me be clear. My parents are incredible, supportive people, and if you met them, you would love them instantly. My mom's words weren't meant to hurt me. They came from a place of concern, because in the moment in my life, I was juggling a 6-month-old and a 4-year-old, and I had just separated from their dad after catching him cheating on me. I was learning, well, mostly stumbling, with how to do it all as a single mom. From her perspective, I was already carrying the world on my shoulders. Now, I was about to take on another massive responsibility. Her words came from love, but what I heard in the moment was doubt. And because I trusted her voice more than my own, I let it confirm every insecurity swirling in my head. That comment sent me spiraling into self-doubt, imposter syndrome, and you guessed it, right back on the hamster wheel. I self-sabotaged myself out of that role within 6 months. But looking back, that was the moment I finally realized the wheel wasn't broken. I was, or at least my thinking was. Here's what I learned, and it wasn't easy. Only I can define my value. Self-worth comes from within. It's fragile, it's vulnerable, and it must be protected with healthy boundaries. Only I can love me in the way that I need to be loved. It's unfair to expect that others will show up in the way that I want them to. I mean, they're not mind readers. And finally, no amount of external validation will ever substitute for internal alignment. I stopped climbing ladders to prove myself. I stopped outsourcing worth to promotions, applause, and the opinions of others. I became unapologetically the CEO of my own life. Thank you. And here's the truth I want to share with you tonight. It's only when you step into your authentic self that you can leave your real footprint, your purpose on this world. That's when you stop just existing and you start making the world a better place. When I stopped chasing validation, I finally had the freedom to show up fully as myself in my work, in my leadership, and in my life. That shift didn't just change me, it changed my team. Because when you lead from a place of authenticity and love, you give permission for others to do the same. My team knows they don't have to perform. They just have to show up wholeheartedly, as themselves, for themselves, and for others. I've seen a caregiver help find flights for family members so that they can get in town in time to say their goodbyes for a loved one. I've seen another staff member take time to sit on the floor with a client's grandchild so that the family could share a meal together without the stress. Or there was the client who was perpetually upset, confused, who was finally showing some peace and calm as she listened to a story being read to her. Those moments are not in a job description. They happen because my team feels safe to show up as whole humans. And when you look at the data, these lead to outcomes, such as a 97% client satisfaction rate, because when you love your work, the people you serve can feel it. And a 79% staff retention rate, almost 3 times better than the national average of 20% in our industry. Because when people are valued for who they are, they stay. That, my friends, is the power of leading from authenticity. Not only does it change the way we feel every day at work, it changes the culture, the outcomes, and the lives of everyone we touch. I want you to hear this clearly. You do not need to prove yourself to anyone. Not your boss, not your parents, not your LinkedIn followers, and certainly not the imaginary perfect woman who somehow has a spotless house, a billion-dollar business, and the kids never spill juice on the couch. I mean, she doesn't exist, and if she does, we can't all be like her. Your worth was never meant to be negotiated. It's already set. The only question is whether or not you'll claim it. So tonight, I'm asking you to do what I finally learned to do. Step off the wheel. Stop chasing the applause. Stand in the power of who you already are. Because when women lead with authenticity, men too, when we stop performing and start being, that ripple effect is unstoppable. We change our teams, we change our families, we change our communities, and together, we change the world. Thank you.